Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. So if we've learned anything over the last 2 days, and I've been preaching this to our students for a couple days now at graduation practice, is that Pittsburgh weather can change and change and change. But here we are with an absolutely beautiful day prepared for us, and we've also learned that patience is our greatest virtue. So, welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Pine Richland High School class of 2025. My name is Frank Hernandez, and I proudly serve as the principal at Pine Richland High School. We would like to open our ceremony by saying thank you to all of our graduates, families, community members, and staff members for your patience and understanding. It was our goal to hold graduation last night, as you know, and as the weather changed, so did our plans. We would like to thank you for being in attendance with us as we celebrate this milestone for our graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce our Air Force JROTC color guard and request that all stand and please remove your hats for presentation of the colors as our choir members perform the national anthem, followed by our senior choir performing the Pine Richland alma mater.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Through the gracious halls of learning march thy students ever yearning to the lamps of wisdom turn. Pine Richland high, all hail! Sing the chorus loudly. Lift the banner proudly, green and white, you'll always light our paths and goals so brightly. On we march for alma mater, on we march, each son and daughter, singing loud our praises to Pine Richland high, all hail!
Please join me in another round of applause for our cadets, choir, and band members. You may be seated at this time. So before we begin, one of the things that I want to mention is we are going to slightly change the order of our ceremony today just to ensure that we have time to award our graduate student diplomas, and just in case any of the random clouds that are out there decide to land right on top of us here, because that could happen. So what we're going to do is I'm really excited to share with you an opening celebration of our senior class. We will then have a student welcoming from Miss Kylie Schneck. Dr. Miller will come up to present the class of 2025, and then we'll transition to awarding of the diplomas, and then we will come back after that and have the rest of our guest speakers talk, and then we'll do our ceremonial cap toss at the very end. So welcome students, families, community members, and friends to the graduation ceremony of the Pine Richland High School class of 2025. We have in front of us tonight a very accomplished group of students who will leave here ready to make their mark on the world. While this group is ready to embark on the next steps in their journey, we also want to make sure we capture some highlights of the impact that they had here at Pine Richland. In any high school, the culture of the school and the tone of the student body is set by the seniors. This particular group of students is leaving an incredibly positive influence behind as they led by example in all aspects of our school experience. As we celebrate their class today, we will be asking for some audience participation with our PR family photo, a few periodic show of hands of those that witnessed many of their events and accomplishments, and we hope that the celebration of this senior class reinforces to our community the value of a very high quality education and the importance of the programs and staff members that connect students to one another, their school, and our community. With that being said, and starting with school service projects, some of the visible and memorable experiences that this group helped to make possible include our second annual Veterans Day ceremony that included over 35 local veterans that joined us for an assembly and a special breakfast with our cadets. The Pine Richland High School Mini-Thon, which in collaboration with our student section raised a record of over $32,000 to support pediatric and breast cancer awareness and research. 2 key Interact Club blood drives that led to the donation of more than 90 units of blood. Over the last 2 years, were about 200 units of blood that have been donated by PR students, staff, and community, and they've raised over $5,000 to support clean water for Ghana. This senior group also continued and enhanced our World Kindness Week and mental health programs. They were responsible for legendary band, dance, color guard performances at halftime and across the country, earned outstanding accomplishments at Beatty Career and Technical Center, as well as arts, athletic, and academic accomplishments that you learn more about on Wednesday at Senior Awards, and several other that will be mentioned again tonight. The Pine Richland High School student section this year alone raised more than $9,000 for cancer awareness and cancer research through their service initiatives, and they made Pine Richland history this year with the inclusion of our first female student section leaders. I would like to ask each student section leader to stand. On behalf of Pine Richland, I would like to say thank you for leading the mob this year with great care and attention not only to school spirit, but using your platform to serve out others. Starting with our first ever female student section leaders, Ella Perry and Madeline Mill. Would you please stand and stay standing? I am exceptionally proud of the two of you. And our 3 guys, Tristan Farrar, Will Hilton, and Anthony Anakine. Audience, please join me in giving them a round of applause. Shifting to academic accomplishments, this is an extremely high achieving senior class in front of us tonight. As we shared with our community in December via the Pine Richland Academic Growth and Achievement Report, some of our collective academic accomplishments for this class include the #1 Keystone Literature Exam score in the state of Pennsylvania, with more than 94% of this class being proficient or advanced. I just want that to sink in for a moment. This class of all high schools in Pennsylvania ranked #1 in Pennsylvania with their literature exam scores. Let's give them a round of applause for that. Over 1,000 advanced placement or AP course exams were taken, with our highest number ever at PR for the percentage of students that have earned a qualifying score of a 3 or higher, which was 84% of all our testers last year. These scores earned our high school an AP Gold honor from the College Board, placing Pine Richland High School as one of 17 schools in Pennsylvania to earn this honor, and only one of 2 traditional public high schools in Western Pennsylvania. And we are proud to share that with you that Pine Richland High School had the 4th highest average student attendance rate of all public high schools in Pennsylvania. Of high schools with more than 1,100 students, we were number 1 in Pennsylvania. To us, this speaks incredibly well of the relationships that we build daily with and between our students and how connected our students feel with our staff and each other. None of these accomplishments would have been possible without our students, families, and staff. The class of 2025 also has 16 students that were identified by the National Merit Scholarship Program as National Merit Scholars, placing them in the top 50,000 high school seniors in the country. Of those 16 students, 5 of our seniors, and Sean Burke, Heath Swinner, Thomas DeVito, Charlie Ozalski, and Timothy Pang were named finalists, placing them in the top 16,000 seniors in the country on their PSAT exam. This class has 78 students selected as members of the National Honor Society, 152 students with a 4.0 or greater GPA, and 7 students with a perfect SAT or ACT score in Thomas DeVito, Thomas Kapinowski, Eliza Lazaro, Isan Molnar, Parker Scott, William Tamburi, and Jillian Uslak. 4 of our seniors, absolutely. 4 of our seniors had perfect attendance this year in Megan Black, Sean McDonald, Saharesh Senthil, and Ella Wygant. Senior Ian Bowen has had perfect attendance this year and last year, and that means they skipped all of your senior skip days, and that makes Dr. H happy. So thank you to those 5. As you can probably see, this class is an exceptionally talented group of scholars. They have also helped Pine Richland High School become a scholastic arts powerhouse. This fall, our performing arts team dazzled us with the Holiday Channel Christmas movie Wonderthon. Can I please see a show of hands in the audience of anybody that saw our fall play with the Holiday Channel play along? Awesome, that's fantastic. We have an awesome picture up there on the scoreboard as well that bring back some of those memories. While our show certainly helped welcome the holidays, it also won several Prime Stage Awards, including Best Show, Best Actress by Jillian Uslak, Best Supporting Actor by Jake Pazin, Best Set Design and Best Stage Manager by Wesley Wright, Best Program and Best Poster Design by Nicole Short. Following our fall play, our team put on one of the best high school musicals that you will ever see in 42nd Street. Again, great photo up there. Can I see a show of hands of anybody that came and saw our musical? Excellent. This year's musical included 114 students, and under the direction of Mrs. Morrissey and Mr. Guess's student orchestra, as well as student producer Nicole Short, our musical won 2 Gene Kelly Awards for Best Dance Ensemble and Best Student Orchestra. Finally, at the Pittsburgh Public Theater's Shakespeare Showcase, Mrs. Bruno and students John Felino and Jillian Uslak won the top spot for Best Scene from their Taming of the Shrew performance. Several other seniors were recognized as honorable mention recipients. Staying in the arts, our speech and debate, forensics, and mock trial teams continue to build on being named the Pennsylvania Speech and Debate Program of the Year during the 23-24 school year. In our mock trial team this year, under the leadership of teacher Mr. Len Carrick, were the Pennsylvania Regional Champions. They won the prestigious Pitt Cathedral Classic Tournament, which is a first in Pine Richland history, and they finished 9th in Pennsylvania at the state competition out of 264 high schools. Okay. See a cute little picture behind me here that won a lot of different awards, Charlie. In Scholastic Art, 21 of our students participated in the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, with the prestigious Gold Key Award being received by seniors Amelia Hackle, Charlie Ozalski, and Ben Santiago. Several others earned Silver Key Awards, and senior Charlie Ozalski became an American Visions nominee, the program's Best in Show Award for her work with Happy Meals that is proudly displayed behind us. Let's give Charlie a round of applause. Kara Moscala and Megan Black were recognized for their portfolios. In digital arts, our PRTV program, under the leadership of staff members Mr. Aaron Kaler, Mr. Steve Karpinski, and Mr. Andrew Mundy, won Digital Media Arts Awards for Digital Cinema for Jack Salvador, the Founders Award for Blake Fuchs, and PRTV this year won the live event Best Overall in Category Award. Our PRTV program is currently live streaming our ceremony, and they will share a recording of our graduation via their YouTube channel. And I would like to specifically thank them for troubleshooting what we kind of experienced this morning. It was a really quick and efficient response, in my opinion, when the sound system failed. So I want to thank you for that. And I'd like to specifically shout out seniors Vaughn Spencer and Blake Fuchs and the team for exceptional Friday night football broadcast. At this time, will any senior that participated in our fall play, spring musical, Shakespeare showcase, mock trial team, the Scholastic Art Awards, and PRTV please stand to be recognized? We would also like to recognize and celebrate the many accomplishments and performance of our Pine Richland Marching Band, Color Guard, and dance team. It was an exceptional year of performances, service, and accomplishment for these groups. And under the leadership of Mr. Guest, Mr. Stillwagon, Mrs. Billy, and Mrs. Deal, we are proud to share that seniors Thomas DeVito and Mackenzie Muir-Curry were PMEA All-State musicians. Our dance team won the Blue Ribbon and Superior rating of overall #1 at UDA, which is the highest honor, as well as supported many service fundraisers, including supporting St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and several dancers participated in the prestigious All-American competition. Will all of our senior band members, dance team members, and color guard please stand to be recognized? We would also like to continue a new tradition that started last year, which we call our PR family photo. Directly behind me on the visitors bleachers is our awesome communication director, Mrs. Erin Hassinger. I would like to ask all to draw our attention to her at this time, and all high school administrators and superintendents join me next to the stage as we take our PR family graduation photo. Thank you, and we will be share that out with you on social media. 3 of our seniors in Caleb Matthew, Allison Smith, and Victoria Rasha were named Outstanding Young Citizens by Trib Total Media for exemplary character, leadership, community service, and academic achievement. 5 seniors in this class have earned Eagle Scout or Gold Award recognition in Matthew Miller, Alex Silka, Eliza Lazaro, Braden Fisher, and Vincent Buchek. You will also likely hear a lot of medals clinging together tonight, as this group is exceptionally accomplished on our athletic fields. In this school year alone, this class has 2 WPIAL team champions in our field hockey and football teams. Our baseball team also won the section co-championship again this year, and they have 6 seniors moving on to play college baseball. Our girls swimming team placed 3rd in the WPIAL, which is our highest performance in school history, and our girls golf team won the section championship for the 2nd time in PR history. Yep. And our girls lacrosse team will play again in the PIAA playoffs tonight. So good luck, ladies. In total, this senior class has 44 student athletes that signed a letter of intent to play college sports. That is truly a remarkable number, and we wish those seniors the best of luck as they continue their college career as student athletes. I would like to ask several of our senior athletes to stand and be recognized for exceptional accomplishments when your name is called. Audience, please hold your applause to the end, and please know it was really hard to boil down to a few, but there are some that have had extremely incredible accomplishments that we want to recognize. So seniors, stand when I call your name. Senior Marin Iski will be leaving a positive mark at Pine Richland as a 4-sport student athlete, a 3-sport team captain. In today's day and age of single sport specialization, that is truthfully unheard of, and at a large high school like Pine Richland, that is really difficult to do. Marin was also a flute section leader, and she was a WPIAL James Collins Scholar Athlete Award nominee for us, which signifies not only excellence in athletics, but in bettering our school and our community. Senior Braden Lentz, if you would also please stand, was a first-team All-State football player, our class of 2025 treasurer, and he was the winner of the WPIAL James Collins Scholar Athlete Award. Dr. H has been doing this for a while, and I will tell you, Braden is only the second winner that I've ever had as a principal with this. And Braden, your hard work, your talent, and approach to always doing the right thing, even when no one is looking, is greatly respected and admired. Senior Sarah Ann Schaefer won the WPIAL Championship this year for the 100 breaststroke. She was a PIAA bronze medal winner. She qualified for the junior national meet in California later this summer, and along with Marin and the next few young ladies that we're going to introduce, is amongst the kindest students and kids that you can possibly meet. Callie Henney, would you please stand? Callie has been a staple in the PR softball program for many, many years, and she was the Big 56 Player of the Year. She won multiple all-state recognitions, and she will play softball at Pitt. The next two athletes I would like to ask to stand at the same time together. In seniors, Gigi Rottinghouse and Madeline Mill. I've been fortunate enough to be doing this for a long time in several school districts now, and these two young ladies are probably the most athletic girls that I've ever seen. They are both multiple sport all-state athletes. They are both going to college on scholarship for athletics and have, more importantly, an immense positive impact on our school and community, and we will certainly miss you. A special program for us is our Unified Bocce program, which this year once again won the section championship, and we would also like to recognize senior Ben Dukowski for exceptional play and leadership that resulted in him being the Clearview Player of the Month during their season. Finally, we have two Trailblazer student athletes in this class, in seniors Gianna Horner and Tiffany Gathers. Gianna Horner is our first ever female student athlete that will participate in girls wrestling in college at Waynesburg University. And Tiffany Gathers is our first female wrestler to qualify for the PIAA state championship meet. At this time, will all senior student athletes that participated in the PR sport please stand to be recognized. Truly remarkable if you think about it. You may be seated. This senior class also have 5 seniors that have been awarded military academy appointments and military recognitions. Will those students and our enlistee please stand and remain standing when I announce your name? Chase Lavazzoli, a member of our JROTC program, and as I've learned, Chase, an outstanding gymnast, has been awarded an appointment to the U.S. Army at West Point. Nathan Lee has received an appointment to the Merchant Marine Academy. Isaac Baker has received an appointment to the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. Ben McLean will receive the Navy ROTC scholarship, and he will complete basic training this summer and then become a commissioned officer in the Navy upon graduating college. Elias Simon will enlist in the Air Force National Guard, and Braden Conti will enlist in the Marines. Students and audience, please join me in a standing ovation for Chase, Nathan, Isaac, Ben, and Braden as they embark on their professional career defending our freedom and country. You may be seated. Pine Richland is privileged to have a nationally recognized Air Force JROTC program, which this year collectively had over 2,600 service hours under Captain Rager, Master Sergeant Leidig, and PR Student Commander Alex Friedrich. Thank you to our JROTC seniors and booster families for a great year. Finally, there are a few exceptional accomplishments that we would be mistaken not to recognize. This year, our Best Buddies Club, which supports inclusion, positive school culture, and opportunities for students with and without disabilities, facilitated what I believe is the first student-led faculty meeting at our high school. A special shout out to Senior Cole Salippo for leading this. This year, our peer-to-peer club also did something remarkable that should be mentioned when they led the Mind Matters Conference, which was a mental health-focused summit up in our Spirit Room, where more than 50 local high school student leaders and 6 local high schools participated. Under the leadership of Mrs. Straub and the keynote of Dr. Mara Paxson, seniors Grace Hanselman, Mackenzie McCurry, Erica Waite, Emma Eckert, and Lucy Pell developed and led a wonderful conference. And lastly, 2 years of kind of like really persuading me into this, our Taylor Swift Club is up and running better than ever before. Jake and Anna, nobody's more responsible for this than you. They eventually had me sing at a homecoming assembly, Taylor Swift. I never thought it would happen, but they hosted an Eden Hall transition opportunity for this year's third grade students to have fun, to get to know one another and Eden Hall, and they raised over $700 at this event for UPMC Children's Hospital. Will the seniors that participated in our Best Buddies Club, Peer-to-Peer, and Taylor Swift clubs please stand to be recognized? At this time, I would like to welcome Miss Kylie Schneck to the podium to deliver our student welcome message. Kylie is our Student Government Executive Vice President, and she plans to attend the University of Maryland in the fall, where she will major in psychology. Thank you very much for celebrating our senior class with me. We hope that you enjoyed hearing these wonderful accomplishments.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. Welcome, class of 2025, to your high school graduation. It is truly an honor to be up here, forcing you all to listen to my voice for the next 2.5 minutes. Before I continue, I'd like to make a few important thank yous. First, to our veterans in the crowd, thank you for your time, service, and dedication to protecting our country. Those who are former or active military members, please rise if you are able and allow us to show our appreciation for your sacrifice. Now, thank you to our administrators, PTO members, teachers, and counselors, and anyone else who made the entire journey through Pine Ridgeland possible. And finally, a quick shout out to my family for their endless love and support. I love you guys. Though we all love school very, very much, most of you have probably been waiting to graduate for a very long time, maybe even since freshman year. I am also ready to graduate, hoping to gain more freedom in my days and to use the restroom without announcing it to the world by raising my hand. I like to complain a lot about school, having to take any type of math test, not being allowed to roam the halls, and not being able to go home and take a nap. But in honor of leaving this place that has received many, many complaints, I wanted to take a moment to remember everything that we hopefully didn't complain about, the things that made high school memorable. Things like going to homecoming for the first time and realizing the mosh pit is a very scary place. Getting to participate in the lip dub, even if no one could see you. Watching the winter basketball tournament and hoping the teachers lose. The great A-push test strike of 2024. The packed student sections at football games throwing rainbow powder into the air. And my favorite, getting Dr. H to dress up as Santa Claus for our holiday sing-along. I like to think back to all these moments in time and what they meant to me then and now. They are the parts of high school I'll keep with me forever. They are what I'll remember our class for being, fun and involved. With whatever path you have ahead of you, whether you plan to attend college, go into the workforce, or have some other great adventure ahead of you, I hope you are able to use the memories you've created at PR to guide your next steps in life. Now, to end with, I leave you all with a quote from my second favorite Steelers player, Craig Wolfley. If you have the chance to take a nap, take it. If you see a donut, eat it. Welcome to your graduation, class of 2025. Thank you. At this time, I'm honored to introduce Dr. Miller to the podium.
Good morning and welcome. Congratulations to each senior and to parents, grandparents, family, and friends celebrating this milestone. Whether today's ceremony is to honor the first, last, or only graduate for our parents, I share with you the range of feelings and emotions tied to this special event. If you think the last 13 years moved quickly, wait until the next phase. My wife and I recently celebrated our daughters graduating, with one with a bachelor's and the other's her master's degree. And if 13 years was quick, 4 years is truly the blink of an eye. For this class of 2025, our graduates received a unique invitation this year to join our staff for the opening kickoff before the school year even began. We had about 150 seniors in attendance to join our 500+ staff members. We discussed a portion of the district vision to pursue your path, and we should see that up on the screen. Notice the right side of the image. You are ready to pursue your path. Paths vary. Your path may change. This is normal. You'll experience success and failure. There'll be ups and downs. You'll laugh and you may cry. This is normal. Every graduate is unique. While we congratulate the class of 2025 as a whole, we also congratulate each and every unique student in this group. Graduates, please know this. You have a foundation of support from your family, community, and the educators at Pine Ridgeland. Your experiences here, both inside and outside the classroom, have prepared you to pursue your path. With honor and privilege as Superintendent of Schools, I certify that the members of the Pine Ridgeland class of 2025 presented here have met the requirements for earning a high school diploma as established by the Pine Ridgeland School Board and the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Congratulations to all.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. So this is the part of the ceremony that I mentioned at the beginning that we're going to shift a little bit, and we're going to move forward with handing our graduates, soon-to-be graduates, their high school diplomas. Class marshals and staff, please prepare the seniors to receive their diplomas. Coaches, board members, administrators.
Test.
Test, test.
You want them on the orange? Or?
Yeah, let's just go right on the
They're going to come up. Yeah.
Horace Adil.
Aurelia Elizabeth Landis.
Ileana Agelu.
Joshua Bryce Lanyard.
Anna Rose Amato.
Carson Alexander Lapina.
Ion Rakesh Amin.
Ella Marie Larson.
Alina Ahmad.
Chase Thomas Lavazzoli.
Elena Shannon Anderson.
Eliza Rose Lazaro.
Luke Richard Anderson.
Ariana Mariam Leduc.
Sarah Elizabeth Andrews.
Nathan Sukyum Lee.
Anthony Anakin.
Lorelei May Sherman Lehman.
Joshua Daniel Ansel.
Savannah Rose Lofink.
Elizabeth Anthony.
Jack William Logue.
Grant Scott Argero.
Luke Michael Longmore.
Josie Ray Arthur.
Owen Michael Loafman.
Alexander James Basulik.
Ariana Lourdes Lunds.
AC Nyanaba Baden.
Kylie Ann Mahafke.
Brady Edward Baker.
Ava Marie Malera.
Isaac William Baker.
Lauren Mary Marsilio.
Lily Marie Balky.
Caleb Alexander Matthew.
Josephine Lorraine Barbio.
Jackson Charles McLean.
Ella Claire Barkley.
June Wenzel McCune.
Addison K. Barnes.
Caitlin Jean McDermott.
Colin Maurice Barrett.
Sean Catherine McDonald.
Ava Jade Barson.
Alexis Louise McKay.
Ryan Joseph Bean.
Benjamin Quitco McLean.
Lene Began.
Jacob Daniel McNeil.
Anna Lee Bennett.
Ava Corinne Means.
Tate James Bennett.
Parker J. Melhorn.
Megan Julia Berger.
Anthony Charles Mangine.
Tomo Tomoko Burkheiser.
Mackenzie Suzanne McCurry.
Dylan Richard Bittner.
Lauren Mitchie.
Megan Ariana Black.
Ryan Michael Malnicki.
Liliana Madison Bogle.
Madeline Ann Mill.
Jackson Richard Bojanic Hubble.
Jacob Scott Miller.
Skylar Marie Borland.
Matthew Wayne Miller.
Ian Foster Bowen.
Chase Jason Razzle Mizgorski.
Macy Christine Boyd.
Rylan Elizabeth Teresa Molazan.
Isabel Rose Brenner.
Isan David Mulner.
Elizabeth Grace Brow.
Olivia Elaine Moulter.
Julia Marie Brower.
Kira Talia Monroe.
Taylor Ann Brown.
Elena A. Morse.
Vincent Timothy Buchek.
Kiera Josephine Muscala.
Braden Christian Buell.
Emery M. Moy.
Jessica Ten Boyd.
Asma Mudassar.
Amina Bird.
Ryan Anthony Muldoon.
Sean Thomas Burke.
Ava Elizabeth Muster.
Aaron Joseph Bird.
Madeline Elizabeth Myers.
Alexander Vincent Bywalski.
Niharika Nadapali.
Wesley John Calhoun.
Noah Frost Narciso.
Rocco Thomas Campanella.
Nathan Andrea Natali.
Jaden M. Campbell.
Kira Kim Wynn.
Margaret Teresa Campbell.
Joshua John Nindle.
Adam Robert Cardy.
Mary Elizabeth Novick.
Bianca Rain Casey.
Catalina Elaine Olivero.
Jeremy Michael Casper.
Evan Andrew Osterwise.
Sarah Costello Burrell.
Caden Josiah Ott.
Ashley Lauren Chapman.
Charlie Jane Ozelski.
Alan Chen.
Carson Brett Parkhill.
Samuel Cherry.
Andrew James Pasquinelli.
Roman Joseph Chiaco.
And Arella Pena Gonzalez.
Nathan Albert Christie.
Ella Marie Peristock.
Alexander Walter Silka.
Mirza Marlene Perez Garcia.
Leonard Price Coffey.
Killian Perkins.
Ella Rose Concannon.
Sophia Periton Dominguez.
Reese Caroline Constantine.
Eleanor Rose Perry.
Braden J. Conti.
Nicolina Emma Phillips.
James Lewis Cook IV.
Katie Marie Pfeiffer.
Rachel Cottrell.
Lucy Frances Powell.
Caitlin Ann Coyne.
Daniel Prada Figueroa.
Benjamin Matthew Kroko.
Ekaterina Upitsa Punashevitz.
Angelina Christine Cugini.
Akash Ramakrishnan.
Dylan Anthony Cugini.
Brooklyn Sloan Ramirez.
Tanner Joseph Cunningham.
Caden Paul Recker.
Cody Wylan Catone.
Sophia Antoinette Riggard.
Sonica Dalby.
Lainey Tradina Rios.
Prisha Dargan.
Addison Grace Robb.
Cody James Day.
Victoria Elizabeth Rasha.
Riley Ann Deere.
Lucy Violet Rockesy.
Keegan David Deal.
Russell Douglas Rockesy.
Nicholas James Dorenzo.
Autumn Tessa Rogers.
Mia Elizabeth Deschamps.
Finn Antoni Roeder.
Thomas Jason DeVito.
Matteo Ranieri Rotelli.
Austin Matthew Dolney.
Georgia Grace Lillian Roddinghouse.
Sophia Marie Domer.
Sydney Michelle Rovnan.
Claire Madison Dosh.
Braylee L. Rowe.
Benjamin John Dudkowski.
Savannah Marley Rupp.
Ava Diane.
Emma Grace Early. Jack Anthony Salvador. Emra Catherine Eckert. Anna Maria Josephine Samuels. Dustin Osborne Edwards. Hang tight, Ben. Woohoo! Yeah. Change it. Let's do a quick wave. Let's start down there. Ready, set, go! Yeah, nice. Excellent. On to down here, keep going. Send it back. 1, 2, 3. Woo! There you go. That's all right, we're back on track. You got it. Okay. Benjamin Eliasib Santiago. Samuel Thomas Elston. Ojas Radikant Saint-Pure. Yasmin Essen Ersos. Brianne Elizabeth Sarek. Jet Campbell Fanning. Abigail Elizabeth Satina. Nathan Thomas Faribaugh. Lillian Elizabeth Sauer. Tristan Ray Farrar. Kathleen Mary Scarnecchia. Audrey Talia Fella. Ava May Scatina. Crew Thomas Fenton. Sophia Marie Scatina. Dominic Michael Ferraro. Anna Joan Shoemaker. Braden Chase Fisher. Blake Grant Schultz. Sydney Nicole Fleur. Tyler John Sherman. John Paulo Folino. Hannah Jenny Schwab. Isabella Joan Fulmer. Mara Elizabeth Shulo. Quinn Richard Foster. Parker David Scott. Rowan Clarence Foster. Saharsh Senthil. Justin Matthew Fowler.
Joaquin Andres Serrano.
Joel Thomas Franks.
Sebastian Orion Serrano.
Alexander Jerome Friedrich.
Rowan Dave Sapp.
Chase Nolan Fry.
Sarah Ann Schaefer.
Blake Thomas Fuchs.
Abraham Cyrus Shahidi Azizabadi.
Tiffany Olivia Gathers.
Nicole Marie Short.
Margaret Lynn Gentili.
Caitlin Elizabeth Shute.
Kaylin B. Gingrich.
Cole Thomas Silippo.
Courtney Jane Gochis.
Ilea Lynn Simon.
Kaylin Deanne Goltz.
Avery Rose Simunic.
Ishan Goswami.
Abigail Elizabeth Skripak.
Samantha Ann Graham.
Marco Christian Smallwood.
Nick Anthony Greco.
Allison Catherine Smith.
Abigail Sage Gregowitz.
Joshua Patrick Smith.
Amelia J. Hackle.
Hayden Michael Spadesha.
Mia Sophia Hackman.
Ava Monroe Spagnoli.
Emily Caroline Hagan.
Clayton Walter Speakman.
Haley Marie Hagmeyer.
Vaughn Albert Spencer.
Jonah Hall.
Nathan Michael Spontak.
Grace Ann Hanselman.
Edgar James Spudich.
McKaylee Jade Herrer.
Tara Lynn St. Clair.
Hunter Jeffrey Harrington.
Andrew Hamilton Stewart.
Samuel Martin Harris.
Evan Scaletta Stradley.
Aaron Faye Hayden.
Gavin Joseph Stugart.
Sam Neil Heckert.
Brett Brian Sudak.
Callie Elizabeth Henney.
Nathaniel Ryan Swarmer.
Jenna Elizabeth Henry.
William Lawrence Tambori. Sarah Nicole Tetzlaw.
Ava Elizabeth Hensel.
Shabam Tiwari.
Julian David Hensel.
Benjamin Joseph Tino.
Blair Marie Herberger.
Damian Toder.
Mariana Rose Herberger.
Ryan Tony.
Gustavo Rene Hernandez.
Jacob Thomas Trudeau.
Brian Timothy Hay.
Alexandra Grace Tully.
Adelheid Gabriel Higgins.
Michael Robert Tunder.
William Butler Hilton.
Catherine Ray Turner.
Nadia Russo Hines.
Joseph Michael Javanis.
Nathan Hoffman.
Riley Michelle Ulanowitz.
Madison Margaret Hogan.
Jillian Lee Uzelak.
Gianna Elizabeth Horner.
Noah Jaden Backa.
Robert Patrick Hoy.
Elise Lane Vanderweel.
Grace Catherine Humphrey.
Justin Andres Vasquez.
Ian Stanley Hurt.
Riley Rose Becky.
Benjamin Taylor Imes.
Alexis Sophia Verba.
Kate Elizabeth Imes.
Alexander Jeffrey Versella.
Sarah Isabel Irwin.
Jake Caden Waddell.
Maren Elizabeth Iskey.
Taylor Marie Wakerly.
Charlie Ruth Jackson.
Alexander Ray Wagner.
Skylar Ava Jackson.
Erica Grace Waite.
Brianna Marie Jackson.
Skylar Elizabeth Warren.
Delaney Violet Jameson.
Jason Russell Weirley.
Liam Connor Jameson.
Lily Angelina Weber.
Luke Michael Jancy.
Lily Angelina Weber.
Kendall and Jerry.
Solomon James Wigand.
Vitalina Jewert.
Brady Lee Weir.
Brielle Sophia Jones.
Elijah Zachary Wentz.
Jacob Gary Jones.
Brett Michael Wheat.
Owen Jacob Jones.
Zachary Andrew White.
Hanatat Gawichai.
Jonas William Witzel.
Sydney Lee Kander.
Mia Angeline Wickard.
Thomas Parker Kapanowski.
Dane Joseph Wilden.
Jacob Kenneth Katruska.
Roger Lance Williams.
Kelsey Alexa Katzfei.
Catherine Ann Wilner.
Owen Andrew Kaufman.
Hannah Grace Willershell.
Grace Ann Kay.
Charlotte Eleanor Wolf.
Aaron L. Kemp.
Wesley Owen Wright.
Zachary Martin Kenny.
Joshua Paul Wu.
Finian Thomas Kitchie.
Sarah Lulu Wu.
Ryan Kim.
Owen Ethan Wyatt.
Kendall Florence Kirkland.
Ella Elizabeth Wygant.
Trevor Kiso.
Lila Mian Yoon.
Kylie Ray Kopek.
Sienna Kwon Yoon.
Matthew Jason Koss.
McKay Alexander Trinity Young.
Clayton Kenneth Cost.
Alexander Thorne Zaborowski.
Kennedy Michael Kowal. Thomas Joseph Cray. Ethan Lewis Krizmanich.
The class of 2025 President, Jacob Matthew Pazin. Vice President, Anna Kate Carmanos. Secretary, Netta Jacqueline Immen. Treasurer, Braden Ryan Lenz. Spirit Social Chair, Lavina Jitesh. School Climate Officer, Kennedy Joe Lutz. Student Government Secretary, Jules Elizabeth Jung. Student Government Treasurer, Noah Robert Mackey. Student Government Vice President, Kylie Anna Schneck. Student Government President, Erin Elizabeth Murray. Class of 2025 Tertiary, Heath James Swinner. Class of 2025 Salutatorian, Ari Nicholas Kralios. And our class of 2025 valedictorian, Timothy Pang.
How about one more round of applause for the class of 2025? Okay, so we have a special moment coming up, and at this time, please welcome Jacob Pazin to the podium. Jacob is our senior class president, and he plans to attend the University of Michigan this fall, where he will major in business administration. Jake?
Good afternoon. Though I'm generally an open book, I'm going to share something that most of you probably don't know about. A few years back, I was suspended from school for 7 days and nearly expelled. 7 days that I wasn't allowed to attend classes, go to clubs, or even be on school property. The reason that this happened for wasn't important, and you may be wondering why this is relevant. Well, at the time, I thought that I would never graduate, much less even be up here. But I realized then that I could either quit trying or I could put my all into everything I did, because there is so much more to me than that one mistake. As we move into the next part of our lives, I want to remind my classmates, and anyone in the stands for that matter, that you will never be defined by one thing. One moment, one mistake, one label will never define you, because we as humans are never just one thing. I am extroverted, but I'm also introverted. We are smart, but can still make unwise decisions. And we are beautiful, even in our ugliest moments. In a moment, I'm going to invite 3 kindergarten students to join me on this podium. Before they meet me up here, I invite you all to take a moment of reflection. Ask yourself where you are. Ask if it's where you wanted or expected to be. And no matter what the answer to that is, know that it is never too late. Because like these kindergarteners, your chance to grow is infinite. Live like every day is a blank slate of endless opportunity, because it really is. Be open to change and being uncomfortable. Question what people tell you, but keep an open mind and listen to their perspectives. Just like kindergarteners, live in unbounded love toward yourself and toward others, because we're not here to just be something. We're here to be everything. So now, on the topic of having our whole futures ahead of us, I have the pleasure of inviting 3 special guests from the class of 2037 to speak up here with me and hopefully to remind us that every day is a new chance to be something great. Thank you.
My name is Ella Dedemo, and I am a member of the class of 2037. I would like to thank the class of 2025 for your donation to the Hans Elementary Library. This year at Hans, I learned that following the Rams way means that we are respectful, accountable, motivated, and safe. I also learned how to make gum band bracelets and play gaga ball, but my mom said that wasn't the important part. As you move on to your next chapter, never forget what you have learned during your time here. Congratulations on your graduation. We are PR.
Hi, my name is Jacob Mitchell. I just graduated from kindergarten at Richland Elementary School from the class of 2037. We thank the class of 2025 for your donation of books for our library. My favorite book is about the Pittsburgh Penguins. Good luck in your futures and continue to live the Rams way, just like I will.
Good evening, class of 2025 and family friends. My name is Davina Estrada, and I graduated kindergarten this year at Wexford Elementary. That means I graduated before you. So I'm also here to share my knowledge of what to do after you graduate this summer. You should eat fruit snacks, watch Bluey, and drive your family crazy. That's my plan, at least. You really should enjoy your last few days without adult jobs because they don't seem as much fun as going to the playground. But seriously, I hope you made great memories at Pine Ridgeland. See how much you've learned and grown. I know you're going to do big things. But before you go, toss me those class notes after you toss your cap, 'cause I got 12 grades to go. Congrats, class of 2025. Thank you.
Yep, this is a good picture. One more of them, one of these. Excellent, excellent job to them. Let's give them one more round of applause. We made it through 3 kindergarten speakers and we didn't hear chicken jockey one time. I love it. See, Jack Salvador, it is possible, buddy. Okay, you're back up, Jake.
Thank you to our class of 2037 representatives. At this time, I would like to introduce the class of 2025 tertiary, Heath Swinner, to the podium. Heath is planning to attend the University of Michigan in the fall, where he plans to study mathematics.
I was pretty relieved upon hearing that I was the class tertiary, mostly because it bought me some more time to distract my parents from the fact that I'm currently an unemployed adult living out of their guest bedroom. If anybody has any available job openings for the next few months, please come find me after graduation today. I want to begin by thanking all of our family, friends, teachers, and administrators for guiding us through this transformative stage in our lives. As we leave high school, our greatest source of confidence lies in our preparation, and based on the accomplishments of the class of 2025 thus far, it's safe to say that we should look toward the future with excitement and hope. Throughout my years at PR, I've marveled at how my classmates have approached every challenge with enthusiasm. Whether it was playing football at recess, singing in the first grade play, or completing minute math worksheets, the effort we put into everything we did has placed us in positions to thrive down the road. That's not to say we're all ready-made products, immediately equipped with the tools necessary for success. It is crucial that we avoid complacency, recognizing that graduating high school is just one step in a larger process towards reaching our full potential. As kids around the world wait around for their opportunity to arrive, we'll be out creating these opportunities for ourselves. During graduation practice this week, as I listened to the names of my classmates being called across the stage, I felt certain that PR's class of 2025 is destined to accomplish legendary feats. Honestly, I have trouble believing that we will ever have enough attendance for a class reunion, simply because so many of us will be off doing even more important things in places stretching far beyond our present reach. Class, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. That dream was planted in your heart for a reason, so manifest it. Congratulations and thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce the class of 2025 salutatorian Ari Corralios to the podium. Ari plans to attend the University of Maryland in the fall, where he will major in computer science.
Good morning, all parents, faculty, and students. Those of you who know me best know I don't mince the truth, and I'll call it like I see it, for better or for worse. So I'm going to level with you. I could stand up here today and impart a couple timeless wisdoms, throw in a quote from Nietzsche or something like that, and pretend like I got it all figured out. But that's not the speech I want to give, because that's not the truth. Instead, I want to acknowledge that I've got no idea what the future holds, and that this can be a terrifying time for any of us. I want to acknowledge the worry in our parents, now that those little tots they used to be able to pick up and hold across one arm are officially adults, and we're responsible for doing our own laundry and finding our own food every night. I want to acknowledge the worry in our teachers who want to see us thrive out there and know that they taught us well enough to be able to work out a 20% tip when we go out to eat. But most importantly, I want to acknowledge the worry all of us students share, like whether our roommate next year turns out to be a psycho, or where we're going to find the money for groceries. Not knowing the future can be worrisome, but I'm not exactly scared, and I hope you're not either. Because as I look out across all of us here this morning, upon my 400 peers, and to the thousands of parents, teachers, and loved ones in those stands, I don't see a graduation ceremony, but rather a safety net. I see a Pine Richland community of people who care deeply about each other and who are ready to catch you and lift you back up if you fall. I see friends we can call late at night when our roommates are driving us insane or when we just need a friendly face. I see teachers we can email about a calc problem or ask for advice on an essay and will actually take the time and reply. Most importantly, I see those who love us the most and to whom we can turn no matter what trouble the future may hold, and trust them not to pass judgment, but just be there for us when things get tough. So while it's not okay to be it's okay to be worried about where the future may take us, while it's okay to be a little bit concerned about how the next few years of our lives will play out, I hope you don't let that take away from the excitement of this new journey we're all about to embark on together. Congratulations, class of 25, and let's give them a show.
Thank you, Ari. At this time, I would like to introduce the Pine Richland High School class of 2025 valedictorian, Mr. Timothy Peng, to the podium. Timothy will attend Boston University in the fall, where he will major in data science. Timothy?
Good morning, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. I'm honored to be standing up here as the class of 2025 valedictorian. Today, we gather not only to celebrate academic achievements, but to embrace the future with optimism, courage, and resilience. High school has been a journey of growth, friendship, and unforgettable memories that have shaped us into who we are today. Now, before I keep going, let me tell you a little secret. Everything I've said up until this point was created by AI. When I got the call that I would be speaking, the first thing I did that night was, as any high school student would, go to ChatGPT to help brainstorm some ideas. But as I sat there staring at my blank Google Doc, none of them felt right. They all felt fake, robotic, and not human. That's when I realized what was missing. For those of you who took the AP Lit exam this year, you may remember Thomas's obsession with the idea of authenticity. I thought about this and asked myself, what does it mean to be authentic? What would an authentic speech sound like? The answer was surprisingly simple. It wasn't about finding a perfect formula using AI, nor was it about copying some other famous speech posted online that millions have already seen. It was about us, sitting here today. It's about all the memories we share. When I look back at my memories from school, it's not about perfect answers and carefully crafted speeches. I think about the excitement over first days of school, the anticipation of finding which classes you shared with your friends, the dances, pep rallies, sports, and more. I remember walking through the halls that we once walked through on our last day of high school, being able to see where we came from and how much we've grown throughout our time at Pine Ridgeland. These memories definitely weren't perfect, but they were certainly real. As we get ready to leave this place and move on to the next stages of our lives, we're going to face challenges. There are going to be people pressuring us to fit in and adapt to someone else's definition of success. But the truth is, the most important and meaningful things we do won't come from pretending to be someone we're not, and it certainly won't come from AI. They'll come from showing the world our true selves and giving our best, authentic, human efforts. So no, this speech wasn't perfect. It's probably not going to make the next compilation of best graduation speeches ever, but it was mine. Just like how this moment, right now, is ours. Let's make sure to cherish it while we can. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and as always, roll Rams. Thank you. I would like to introduce Ms. Anna Carmanos, our senior class vice president, who will introduce our guest speaker. Anna plans to attend Colgate University, where she will major in English.
Good morning. I'm so proud to stand among our class today as we celebrate the years that are now behind us and the future that lies ahead. As we look towards what's next, we know we wouldn't be here without those that saw our potential even when we couldn't see it ourselves. So I ask that we have one more round of applause for our incredible, incredible teachers. On behalf of the class of 2025, thank you. Today, I have the privilege of introducing one of those teachers, Mrs. Alyssa Mitchell. Mrs. Mitchell began her teaching journey in 2004 at just 21 years old, and 4 years later, she found her home here at PR. Since then, she's become an essential part of the English department and now serves as its department chair. But to the class of 2025, her impact goes far beyond titles. She is the bright smile in the hallway, the voice of reason when things feel overwhelming, and the person who celebrates every win, especially the ones that don't come with trophies. She is the kind of teacher who shows up again and again, who defends her students, believes in them, and never gives up on them. Her classroom door is always open, whether it's for an unofficial homeroom or lunch period away from the chaos of the cafeteria. And for so many of us, that room became a safe haven. Ask her students, and they'll tell you about the unforgettable Gatsby eulogies, or that one legendary lecture where she may or may not have stopped mid-lesson to call out a student doing the New York Times crossword. An interruption that somehow turned into one of her best lectures of the year. Even for those of us who never had her in class, like me, Mrs. Mitchell has always stood out as someone who is fully, deeply invested in this community. Someone who sees us not just as students, but as people, with voices worth hearing, stories worth telling, and futures worth fighting for. The class of 2025 was immensely lucky to have her, and we will miss her more than she knows. So please join me in providing a warm and heartfelt welcome to the one and only Mrs. Alyssa Mitchell.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you, class of 2025, for asking me to speak today. To all of my friends, to all of your friends and family members of these amazing graduates, I offer my sincere gratitude for allowing me to teach and get to know the young people you care so deeply for. It is the greatest honor to share, even for a short time in their lives. Throughout the years, students have asked me why I became a teacher. I usually tell them that teaching always seemed like a good fit for my personality, or that my mom picked my major for me. While both of these statements are accurate, the truth is a little bit more complicated. So let me take you back to the 1900s. On the first day of school in 1992, my sister, brother, and I stood on our family's front porch and posed for a photo. You know this photo. You've posed for it for yourself. Maybe you held a little chalkboard sign, then announced your grade and what you wanted to be when you grew up. Maybe the photo ended up on your parents' Facebook page, collecting likes from her friends. In the 1992 Mitchell family edition of this photo, I'm going into 5th grade and my sister into 3rd. We're dressed in our Catholic school uniforms, navy blue plaid jumpers, white button-down shirts, ankle socks, and some lace leather shoes. We stand off to the side of the frame because in the middle, my brother, huge grin on his face, is ready for his first day of kindergarten. Unlike my sister and me though, he's dressed casually. He doesn't need to wear a uniform because he's not going to our Catholic school. He's attending a public elementary school instead. This is because Michael was born with an intellectual disability. And as much as my parents wanted him to have a religious education, the public school was slightly more prepared to meet his developmental needs. But from that first day of kindergarten to the day he graduated at age of 21, school would always be frustrated for him, and it would rarely be fun. Michael, like so many kids, desperately wanted to be understood. He wanted to learn. He tried so hard to have friends. What he needed was an advocate, and so I became a teacher to be that person. Now, more than 20 years later, my purpose has only become clearer. I am a teacher because I know in my core that a free and inclusive, high-quality public education for all young people is the single most advantageous tool and investment we have as a worthwhile society. Education lifts us from poverty and ignorance. Education improves our lives, not only through technological advancements, but by enriching our culture as well. Education can solve the most pressing and important problems we face in this world. Education makes us smarter, yes, and perhaps even better citizens. But it can also make us more thoughtful and considerate human beings. I am a teacher because education is revolutionary. With all of that being said, isn't it amazing that we're all here tonight because we are members of an educational community that we can be proud of? We are students and teachers, administrators, and family members who have all come together to celebrate individual graduates, of course, but education in a broader sense as well. And students, I know what kind of education you have received at Pine Ridgeland. The proof is sitting here next to me. As I look out on your faces, I see future teachers and aspiring lawyers. I see graduates who are already mechanics, and I see one student out there who dreams of becoming a quantum computer scientist. I see future orthodontists and accountants, artists and writers. I see those of you who hope to become psychologists and public policy makers. I see those of you who will become physicians in search of a work-life balance. I see chemists and biologists, environmentalists and engineers. And I know that with your skills, talents, and education, you can do anything you dream of. So in my final moments, officially, as your teacher, I am asking you, no matter where your future takes you, to do 3 things. The first is to seek to understand others. As young people, I know you want to be heard, and I know you're looking for understanding. Your voices are important. But it is equally important to listen to the voices of others. Read a book written by someone who is different than you. Watch a documentary about the problems faced by people in other parts of the world. And when you find yourself in a massive lecture hall in a general science class next year, sit next to someone who doesn't look like you and start a meaningful conversation. My second task is to use your voice. You can write. I know you can. You can speak and you can present. You create music and art. I've even listened to the speeches you've given at public meetings. What you do with your voice is an important part of who you are and what you stand for. Will you use your voice to lift others up? Will you use your voice to make space for the voices of others? My third and final task for you is to live a life of genuine curiosity. You have probably selected a major or career path. Give it a try, but if you find it's not working for you, know that it's okay to pivot. Talk to as many people as you can, and in the process, see which friends add value to your life. Pick a place to live, and if you're not feeling it, try somewhere else. These things, these decisions, they don't have to be that serious. Instead, identify your core beliefs and values. Once you understand who you are in your heart and in your mind, you can design a wonderful life experiment and adjust the variables as you go. Class of 2025, those are all of the assignments I have for you. Know that teaching you has been the greatest joy of my career. You inspire me in all of the important ways, and I love you all, whether we know each other or not. So from the deepest parts of my heart, I wish you all of the success and happiness in the entire world.
Thank you, Mrs. Mitchell. I would now like to introduce our school board speaker today, Mr. Mark Kashani. Mr. Kashani.
Thank you to the board, Dr. Miller, Dr. Hernandez, for this opportunity to speak today. Graduates, cherish milestones such as these. As I've grown older, I've become increasingly aware that special moments will eventually cease. Yet this reality shouldn't sadden us. Instead, it should deepen our gratitude for the present, pure and uncomplicated. We tend to complicate life, and it's easy to lose sight of time's precious scarcity. Rather than appreciating what we have, we covet what others have, convinced we deserve the same. Our egos drive us through endless strategies to claim what we believe is rightfully ours. This pursuit only serves to overcomplicate and confuse our lives. Before we realize it, time has slipped away, impossible to reclaim. I invite you to join me in returning to a more fundamental nature, plain and simple. Two practices can guide us on this journey: self-control and forgiveness. A person with self-control looks to the future and eternal realities rather than indulging immediate impulses. It's the ability to show restraint in the moment. Alongside self-control stands forgiveness, the act of pardoning a debt, right, or obligation entirely. While related to self-control, forgiveness as something more profound, relinquishing the right to get even. As challenging as self-control can be to master, forgiveness proves exponentially more difficult. Yet this practice is essential if we truly wish to honor time's significance in our lives. One of my heroes, Mr. Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, eloquently captured the spirit of self-control and forgiveness in a song. What do you do with the mad that you feel? Here are the lyrics. What do you do with the mad that you feel when you feel so mad you could bite? When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right? What do you do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag? Or see how fast you go? It's great to be able to stop when you planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead and think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish. I can stop anytime. And what a good feeling to feel like this and know that the feeling is really mine. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can. For a girl can someday be a woman, and a boy can someday be a man. Near the end of Mr. Rogers' life, he was asked this one question. If you had one final broadcast, one final opportunity to address your television neighbors, and you could tell them the single most important lesson of your life, what would you say? Well, I would want those who were listening somehow to know that they had unique value, that there isn't anyone in the whole wide world exactly like them, and that there never has been and there never will be, and that they are loved by the person, capital P, who created them in a unique way. If they could know that and really know it and have that behind their eyes, they could look with those eyes on their neighbor and realize, my neighbor has unique value too. There's never been anybody in the whole wide world like my neighbor, and there never will be. If they could value that person, they could love that person in ways that we know the eternal, capital E, loves us, then I would be very grateful. I would like everyone, not just the graduates, everyone, to think about who in your life has helped you to know that you have unique value, who has helped you love the good that grows within you. Let's just take 10 seconds to think of some of those people who have loved us and wanted what was best for us in life. Those who have encouraged us to become who we are today. Just 10 seconds of silence. I'll watch the time. No matter where they are, either here or in heaven, imagine how pleased those people must be to know that you thought of them right now. Graduates, on behalf of the board, we wish you all the best. As you close this chapter in your life and start the next, live with an abundance of self-control and forgiveness, and emulate Mr. Rogers as you treat everyone like a neighbor.
As we begin to close our ceremony out, one of the things that I'd like to do is ask all of our non-administrative staff members that are here tonight to please stand for a moment. We're joined by coaches, teachers, secretaries, custodians. If you could all please stand for a moment, we'd like to give you a round of applause. The work that this group does is truly remarkable with our students, and we are forever grateful for the school year that you helped us to facilitate. Thank you. Absolutely. Okay, congrats again, class of 2025. At this time, Miss Erin Murray will deliver our farewell. Erin plans to attend the University of Notre Dame with a double major in biology and peace studies. Please welcome Erin to the podium.
All right, the end is near, I promise. I would like to ask everyone, if you could, to think about the most important people in your life. Parents, siblings, teachers, neighbors, your good friends, the people that have shaped you into the person you are in these graduation seats today. And for those lucky enough to have the opportunity to say it, when you go to take your graduation pictures here in a moment, or when you get home tonight, make sure to thank them. To the most important people in my life, thank you. So often we forget this step in our lives. As our schedules fill and we focus on bringing our ambitious goals to life, we can lose sight of those who humbly granted us the helping hand to lead us there. The truth is, no matter how much we like to believe we got to where we are on our own, there was a whole system of individuals who dedicated their time to help you succeed. There was a web of support who believes in you and has cared for you each step of the way. But there's an additional element beyond their help that we owe our gratitude. I believe these people are placed into our lives to not only leave a note in your packed lunches on the first day of school, but to teach us the value that such a note holds. The value of looking out for one another, for making each other feel seen. The hope is that we are not only thankful for their support, but we replicate it out into the world we are about to venture into, one in desperate need of it. There is no one way of knowing where the steps into our adult lives are taking us, but I do know that our impact is going to be great. It is going to affect people, change their lives, just as others have changed yours already. Don't enter this lightly. Enter with goodwill, with empathy, with passion, and with importance. You have so much to do, I know, but nothing will have as much value as how you carry yourself and the people around you. In a few short minutes, class of 2025, you will officially be announced as graduates. And in a few short days or months, you will begin your post-secondary plans. We are living in moments full of sentimental lasts and exhilarating firsts. Let us be grateful to have fond lasts to look back on and bring the care we have learned to know into each of our firsts. At the end of today, and each day from here on out, you are needed. Who you choose to be matters, hopefully to yourself, but also to each of the most important people in your life you have yet to meet. Let us always remember to show our appreciation, to pay special attention to each other's needs, and to try our absolute best to tend to them. Know that you do not have to do it all. You do not have to be everything, but it is more than enough to be everything to someone. So as we go forth, write your thank you notes, don't forget to call home, and let's take care of each other. I will now hand this off to Dr. Hernandez to confer our class as graduates.
It is our honor and privilege to confirm the class of 2025 as graduates of Pine Richland High School. Following one last ceremonial rite of passage and turning our tassels and tossing our caps, we welcome all families and friends on the field to recognize our graduates and take pictures. Erin, please lead your class in closing our ceremony.
Class of 2025, will you please rise? All right, at this time, you may now turn your tassels from the right side to the left. And on the count of 3, throw our caps. 1, 2, 3.